D.A.G Fabrik Bromberg was a secret Nazi Germany factory located in the Bydgoszcz area in Poland. Its darkest and most prominent years, however, were during the period between 1939 and 1945, when the factory served to meet the military needs of the Third Reich. The factory manufactured rifle bullets, shells, anti-tank and anti-infantry miles for the German land forces, as well as torpedoes and naval mines for the German Navy. According to experts, in 1944, D.A.G was responsible for 1/3 of the entire gunpowder production, the impressive 13,000 tons per month. The gunpowder production began in 1942 to 1943, and the lucrative plant could manufacture as much as 60 half-ton bombs and 5,000 artillery shells in just one day. D.A.G Fabrik was built and powered by prisoners of war, as well as prisoners from concentration camps, and the local population of the Bydgoszcz area. Experts have estimated that the total number of people working there was at least 57,000. Of them, at least 3,000 concentration camp prisoners, women included. The head of the company was Adolf Kampf, a well-known and experienced chemist. D.A.G Bromberg was planned to become the biggest D.A.G plant. After the mass gunpowder production started in 1943, nitrocellulose production was launched. To reduce explosion risks and impact, different buildings hosted the different stages of the production process. Most of them were small and connected to each other via a tunnel system. The warehouse and production buildings were constructed in timber frame and reinforced with concrete posts. Explosion protection walls made from light wood glass structures were also added. There were a number of escape routes in the tunnel, as well as shelters designed to protect the workers. In fact, one of the surviving camp remains of the D.A.G Bromberg is an air raid shelter that could host around 100 people. 30 similar shelters were discovered in the area. The D.A.G factory was supposed to be entirely invisible for the aircraft of the enemy forces. To achieve that, the architect and designers of the factory dyed the facades of the buildings, as well as all routes and tracks, in khaki and green. The roofs were additionally covered with a thick soil layer, where plants and shrubs were planted. The Nazi Germans even began construction of a second, fake factory in 1944, located just a few kilometers from the actual D.A.G Bromberg. Apart from the concealing measures, the D.A.G Bromberg was also protected day and night by a fence, constantly watched over by guards. Stringent safety measures were introduced, and only a handful of people could travel freely throughout the factory premises. Gunpowder production continued all the way up to the liberation of Bydgoszcz. In January 1945, the army of the Second Belarusian Front captured the area. The Soviet army plundered and abandoned the factory, after which D.A.G was transferred to the Polish authorities. Some of the buildings were left and never used again, while others were employed as production facilities and warehouses. Recently, the D.A.G Bromberg plant was open to the public as well.